In number 13, we are required to find the gradient of the tangent to this curve at the point negative 1, 1. For us to be able to find the gradient of the tangent to this curve, we need to be able to find dy over dx. And then once we have our expression for dy over dx, we shall plug in the point negative 1, 1 to find the gradient of the curve at that point, and that gradient represents the gradient of the tangent at that point. So the first step here will be to find dy over dx. So we differentiate implicitly. So the derivative of x cubed y squared should be equal to, derivative of cosine of pi y, and let's just put that in bracket. Now a few things here. One is what we have on the left is a product of two functions. So we need to apply product rule here to differentiate that. And then what we have on the right hand side is we have a function inside another function, as you can see. So we shall apply chain rule to differentiate that. So like I said, on the left hand side we apply product rule, so that will be x cubed d over dx of y squared plus y squared multiplied by the derivative of x cubed, and that should be equal to, now the derivative of cos is negative sine of x, and our x happens to be pi y. Now if you find the derivative of pi y, pi is just a constant, and the derivative of y is dy over dx, so that will be pi dy over dx. dy over dx. Okay, so once we have that, we can now go back and differentiate this, finish off the derivative, and then simplify that. So the derivative of y squared is 2y dy over dx, so that will be 2y x cubed for the whole of this term. So we have 2y x cubed dy over dx plus derivative of x cubed is just 3x squared, so that will be 3x squared y squared. And then here, just simplifying that, that will be negative pi sine pi y dy over dx. So the next step is to bring the dy over dx to the one side and then this to the other side. So we can have 2y x cubed dy over dx minus pi, actually plus pi sine pi y dy over dx being equal to negative 3x squared y squared. And then we can factorize this. So 2y x cubed plus pi sine pi y dy over dx will be equal to negative 3x squared y squared. So basically dy over dx here will be equal to negative 3x squared y squared over 2y x cubed plus pi sine pi y. All right, so that's basically the gradient of this curve at any point. So the gradient of the curve at negative 1, 1, or which basically the gradient of the tangent at negative 1, 1. So the gradient of the tangent at negative 1, 1 will be equal to, so basically we plug negative 1, 1 into this equation in place of x and y. So the numerator will just be equal to negative 3, and the denominator, this will be equal to negative 2. And sine 0, well, basically, um, if you plug in 1 in place of y, you'll end up with sine pi. Now sine pi, so sine 180, and sine of 180 is 0, so that will just be 0. So our answer will just be 3 over 2.